Just hustle. All you just have to do is that you have to hustle hard. Have you heard that before? Have you ever felt like you are not doing as much as you're supposed to do, and they make you feel like if you are not succeeding, it's because you're not hustling enough, and then you work 18 hours and 20 hours a day all in the name of hustling, and then at the end of the day, what has happened is that you are burnt out and you're broken down. I watched my dad pass away from this thing I want to share with you today. My father was literally working. My late father was literally working almost 24/7 around the clock. I was barely seeing him, and at the time he was working really hard until his body literally shut down. And by the time his body literally shut down, he could no longer, of course, work anymore. And guess what? They moved on. After he passed, the company moved on. This thing I want to share with you is the dark side of hustle culture nobody talks about. And this is what is being promoted today, whereby people are being told to hustle, and then you are getting multiple 9, 5, 7 jobs, or if you're in business then you're working multiple things. I'm not saying it's bad to work hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad to work hard. You have to work hard. There are days especially when I'm launching a product, I put in lots of hours. However, I must warn, there is a dark side of hustle culture, and I'm going to share with you some of these things. The first dark side of hustle culture is the fact that it glorifies suffering. We've built an aesthetic around being exhausted. If you are not exhausted, it means you are not working. That badge of I will sleep only when I'm dead, it's a badge of honor. And here is the uncomfortable truth that you need to know. Most people talk the loudest about hustling. They are not even building anything. The people that are really building systems and structures, they don't talk loud about it. People that are trying to hustle, you have to hustle. You discover that you'd ask them, what exactly have you built? Nothing really tangible, right? They are just performing for an audience just to feel like they belong. They are not really building. The real wealth builders, they talk about system, they talk about leverage, they talk about strategy, they talk about things that can literally, know that they don't work hard. There's a difference between working hard and hustling blindly. The second side of hustling is that it's being sold to you. It's a product. It's a billion-dollar industry. Things like courses, supplements, planners, apps, coaching program, they make you feel like you are inadequate, make you feel like you're not doing enough, and so you're the perfect customer. So it's a double-edged sword. So there's a type of people that make you feel like you're not doing enough, and there's a type of people that make you feel like you can just sit down and cross your leg and money will fall on your lap like a bag of cherry. So those are the scams out there. So that most likely people would want to, I don't want to hustle too much. They will go for the fake get rich quick scheme, and then they get disappointed. Then there's a type that they are trying to do 1 million things at the same time. Because you are not doing enough, you have to do more. And I've learned from experience that less is more. Okay? Sometimes when they make you feel like you are not working hard enough at 5 a.m. or they give you this calendar, someone like me, I tried them just to maintain the calendar, but I discovered that it wasn't working. Consistency is not saying you have to do the same thing over and over and over. Like, there are times that it might be less, there are times that it might be more, but what matters is that you show up. The third side of dark side of hustle culture, the third side of it, and the third problem with it is that it masks the real problem. Sometimes, if you check out people that are in this hustle culture thing, they are trying to run away from something. Yeah, the 16-hour work day is not because you are working all throughout the clock. No, the truth of the matter is, even I myself, there are times that I do what I want to do. If I'm really productive, in 2 hours I'm done. Some days when I decide that I want to film, if I really want to film, clips are ready, everything is ready. In 2 hours, what am I filming now? In 2 hours I'm done. Do you understand? But most times when you take 16-hour work days, 20-hour work days, it's not because you are doing anything. It's not because it's necessary, right? It's because sometimes slowing down can make you start feeling things you don't want to feel. So meaning that there are things that are underneath the surface. Sometimes there might be a relationship that you're avoiding, you're trying to run away from yourself, maybe a grief, an identity question. So busyness is like now becomes a form of self-avoidance. So instead of you thinking about that thing or dealing with it, you would rather just bury your head in work. And sometimes it's not that it's productive, you are just being busy, and it's a coping mechanism with a CEO costume. The fourth side and dark side of the hustle culture is that chronic stress It leads to chronic stress, and chronic stress can make you even become poorer. I'm going to explain how. You see, there's a financial argument nobody makes that chronic stress can impair your decision-making ability, because what happens when you're stressed, your body releases what is called cortisol. Some of you know this. It's called the stress hormone to be able to effectively manage your stress. And so what that does is that it literally changes how your prefrontal cortex functions, and that is the part that is responsible for your strategic thinking, your long-term planning, your risk and your overall strategy, for example, in your business and even in your life. So in other words, when you are burnt out and you are fagged out, you make very terrible financial decisions. So sometimes the hustle culture might even be making your business worse. The fifth side of hustle culture is that it ignores what actually builds wealth. I always say something: wealth is not built by hustling harder. Sometimes at the beginning stages, you might need to work hard to be able to do that. But as you begin to grow, wealth is built by having the right leverage, having the right systems, having the right structure, by leveraging other people's resources, leveraging other people's time, putting the right people in place to be able to manage what you are building effectively, by having assets that generate, that can work for you even while you sleep. So nobody become a millionaire by hustling. No. At the beginning stages, there's a difference between working hard and hustling. It's a difference. Hustling is just you being like, you are just working blindly. There is no strategy. There is no goal in mind. Anything that works. And people are like that. Anything that works, if it works, if it doesn't work, that's fine. So you don't build wealth by doing that. You build wealth by you being strategic. And when you want to be strategic, it needs a clear head. And a clear head needs rest. There are times when I'm going through something and the first thing I do is, only when things are, it looks as if it's falling apart, I just shut my laptop. And you know what I do? I sleep. Because of the kind of, your body will tell you that you're not supposed to be sleeping, you're supposed to be on the hamster wheel. No, I just sleep. And by the time I wake up, I can be able to think clearly, like, what's the problem we have? How can we be able to move forward? I'm not telling you that you should stop working hard. There's a difference, like I said earlier, there's a difference between working hard, not just you being blindly. And there are times, usually, maybe at the beginning stages, yes, you might need to work hard, but understand that it's a phase. You should not want to stay there, and you should not even think of staying there. So I'm not saying you should not work hard. I'm saying hard work matters. Hard work without strategy is just an expensive exercise that will lead to burnout. So instead of you doing hustling blindly, what should you do? Here is a sustainable that you can be able to use. Focus. Let it be like you focus on deep focused work the first 2 to 4 hours, or whenever your productive peak time is. Everybody's productive peak time is different. Sometimes people work really well at night, sometimes some people in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon. But whenever your productive peak time is, focus on your revenue generating activity for your business. Okay, instead of you just catching your teeth all day, what are those top things that needs to be done first? Okay, some people it might be content creation, for some people it might be your sales calls, then every other thing, then you rest as a strategy. Rest is the powerful strategy. There was time I was coaching a lady and I said to her, drop everything in your business and just take a vacation. That's literally scaled her business with multiple six figures. So don't see rest as like that means that you're lazy. No, rest is the powerful business strategy if you understand how to use it well, and then implement system that can scale without you being present. Okay, there's no glorification for hustling. Stop you being the person that has to be there. Implement system that can work for you even when you're absent, and track your numbers. I'll see you guys in my next video.